Okay, first time I make passata. Homegrown tomatoes. You can see I'm going to use this chunk here. These ones I think I might leave to be ripened a little bit more. There's a little bit of green sort of stuff on there, but they're getting a bit old on the bottoms, and I want to use them before they go funny. So passata maker, passatutto. What are these bad boys? $60 delivered. Made in Italy, authentic. Alright, first time making passata. So I'm going to chop them up. Cook them in the saucepan on the stove. Got my jars there ready to go into the pot to be sterilised. Sterilise them in there, put them on the towel. So, next bit, I'll chop these up. Wish me luck. So, I'll just put all the lids in boiling water. I'll leave them in there for a few minutes, and we'll take them out. And we'll stick the jars in there. Let's go. So, I thought I'd film myself doing this. Disinfecting or sterilising the jars in boiling water. One thing you want to be careful of is burning yourself with the water in the tongs. And I'll try and do the next one as best I can. I'll put them over there. Alright, so what you got to do, just be patient. Tip the water out slowly and let the water get out of the tongs before you tip it back towards your hand. All that boiling water is going to end up on your hand. Safe as houses. Next ones go in. Just put them in. Nice and easy. Let them sink. You got to fill them up a bit. Remember, you're playing with glass. These ones have to go in on their side. But just remember, you're playing with glass. I wouldn't put one on top of that, it might smash. But nice hot water. Leave them in there for 10 minutes, they're done, mate. Let them dry. Just pop them over. Water run out. Sterilised. So, all I'm going to do now is slice them all up, put them in a pot, take the green bit off, nice sharp knife. You don't want to chop them up real small, you want to take them out in pieces. But just slicing up these beautiful homegrown tomatoes. That's big enough. Look at that. Beautiful. To a good size, good thick pot. Beautiful. These are beautiful tomatoes. These are grown myself in my garden. one of a kind batch. Okay, so this is probably the most interesting tomato that I've grown. It's split open, yeah, while it was growing, and it's gone a little bit sort of funny in the middle. Cut him open and see what he looks like. Looks okay. I'll slice the rest of it off. Put the camera over here. Looks good on the inside. Doesn't look like it's blemished. So yeah, he looks fine. In you go. In you go. So I've chopped up all the tomatoes that I'm going to use, and the very few little roamers that I had. But look at these beautiful tomatoes. I grew them myself, organic as hell. No bug spray, a little bit funny shaped. You could criticise and say they're not ripe enough, but I don't know. With the lights in here, mate, they're right. They're absolutely beautiful. I've eaten heaps of them already. Time to make some passata. So from here, all I'm going to do is add a little bit of salt and then cook them down till they're soft. Not till they're absolutely smooshed, but just till they're soft. See you in a minute. So they're on the stove. Turn the heat down. Just going to cook them down till they're soft. Going to add a little bit of salt. That's all we're going to add. So, cooking them down slowly. We're going to add a little bit of rock salt. Apparently, this is good. Preservation. I'm not putting heaps in there. It is rock salt, but I'm going to put an extra one in this one because this one's a bit of a popper. Oh, just a little bit more in there. All right. Lid's on. This is what it's all for. So, had them on for about 5 minutes. They're starting to, like, you can hear them cooking down the bottom. I'd say it's a good idea to give them a stir. Stir them around. Yeah. Don't do that. Still good. Chuck it back in. Yeah, I'd say it's a very good idea to give them a stir. Give these ones a stir too. Yeah. All got a good idea. I think it's a good idea not to stir them up too much so you break them up. But definitely at the start, stirring them is a good idea. You want to keep them whole. So after they're cooked and they're soft, I'm going to strain them. So I keep all the flesh. So you scoop them out without trying to trap as much water as possible. Okay, so low heat. I reckon 25 minutes max. I'll put them in there on a low heat. Take the lid off. They are super, like I've got a knife. They're just going to go straight through, like they're super soft. It doesn't take long at all. To be honest, I'm surprised. I'm going to leave them for a couple more minutes. This is the center of that one's a bit, but 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you should be about there. 25 minutes, I'd say you're there, mate. All right, fingers crossed. See you in a couple of minutes. All right, so they're soft. I reckon that took 25 minutes max. Or around that time you should be ready. Low heat, just cook them down, and from here, turn that one off too. Gonna strain them. Let's go. Alright, let the straining begin. Hope I don't fuck this up. I think you want to keep them as whole as possible. All that good stuff in there. That's a lot of water, to be honest. I'll put the other one in there as well. Look at that beautiful consistency. That's just unreal. Alright, dribble into the bowl, not out of it. I think I'm going to start making passata. All right. Working away for this to work. A bit big for this pot, but what I'm going to do, I've got my beautiful tomatoes on one side. First time, let's go. I want some of that water in there. So we process it in here. First time I've ever used one of these, let's go. All right. Wow. 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 Turn that into that. You see that? Look at that. I've got sauce in the bottom. Alright, let's go again. Be interesting to see how much actual sauce I get out of this. It's not hard. It's so easy. This machine's unreal. I've got quite a bit of sauce in there. Unreal. Ooh, don't do that. In you go. Got him. That was unfortunate. It's alright, double squeeze that. See how much is coming out of there. That's quite a bit of sauce. Last bit. Now for some reason I feel I should just add a little bit of this water back. For some reason, I don't know why. I'm just going to put 1 spoon in there. Just for some reason. Is it still recording? Yeah. juice coming out. Still coming out. Basically just skin and seeds. Don't think I could squeeze anything else out of that. Squeezing a bit. Alright. Look at that. So, I think I should give you a look. So there's a bit in there. Alright, let's put it on the stove and see how we go. So, I did half a clove of roast garlic as well. I thought it might be a good idea to chuck it in. Yeah, so I might do that. And I don't want to put any herbs. I'm going to put the garlic in. I've got it on the stove. I want to put the garlic in, stir it in, and then bottle it up. Fingers crossed, we'll have a taste. So I've been cooking it down for, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so. I tasted it as I put it in here before I started cooking it again. It didn't taste that rich, but now that I've done this, I taste it and it's extremely rich. A lot more rich than what it was. I'll have another taste. Wow. So I put the roast garlic in. That's it. The only other thing I added to it was the salt at the start when I cooked them down. But that has now, the light doesn't, I'm looking at it in real life and through the camera, and I've got to tell you, it's more red in the pot than it is on the camera. But I think I'll cook it down just a little bit more, and then I'll bottle it up. Off we go. Sweet. Alright. So, I've been cooking this down for about half an hour now, and the flavour has changed dramatically. Just to get rid of some of the moisture. I learnt this in somebody else's YouTube video. I should include them in the description. I'll see what I can do. But first time making passata, mate. Just a low heat, get rid of that moisture. See that consistency? It's got the roasted garlic in it too. But interesting to see how many jars I fill up. Happy days. Alright, let's go to the bottling. Alright. Got me pot bubbling. You need a beer. Nice cold beer. Let's get this done. Which one should I do? I should do a smaller one, yeah? I might do smaller ones. I'll save the Passata ones. Put in there. Move the beer off to the side in a safe place. See how that looks. Alright. Give it a bit of a stir. That's beautiful. I'll turn that off. Let's go. Oh, first up, don't forget, basilica. Apparently, this is a good idea. You get some basil leaves, apparently. And you drop them in the jar. That's all I'm doing in that one. Let's go. Filling right to the top. Now, someone taught me a trick. They said you put the lid on straight away. While it's still hot. And quickly turn it upside down. That way it sterilises the lid. That's hot. Turn it upside down. I'll leave it on the lid like that. See if it explodes. Let's go. Next one. Basilica. Stalk. Big leaf. Big leaf. Chuck them in there. I want to get quite a bit out of this. There we go. Last one. rest of that in there. Spilt a little bit. Oops, I shouldn't have done that on the lid. The star is born. How's that? Cheers. Just look at the silica. Leave that one upside down for a bit. Look at that. There, friends. Put that in the fridge. Woo! Happy days, peeps. Oh, they're hot. 3 of the finest. First batch. Don't they look good? Hope all goes well. We'll see how they keep. So, all this left over, that's quite a substantial amount of water. That's about 1 litre. I'm hoping those seeds will still be alright. I'm going to chuck them on the garden. That could be next season's crop. Yeah, I'm sticking them on the garden. Actually, they've been cooked, so maybe they won't. Let me know. That's going back on the garden, though, the water. For sure. I might put on the lemon tree. Let me know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Anyway. I'm very happy with these. See if they stay right. Catch ya.